So let's go ahead and take a look at a quick case study. Here's a simple example of a customer's assembly instructions before they purchase SOLIDWORKS Composer. What are the blue hands doing in all these pictures besides obscuring the parts in the assembly process? Honestly. This particular customer came to Cap Inc. with a specific issue. Several hundred of one of their electronic components was assembled incorrectly on the manufacturing floor. They used an instruction set similar to this one for the assembly instructions. The electronic components were failing during the testing phase. Fortunately, they caught the issue before the product was released into the wild, and with the production delays, the reworks, the scrap, everything else, this was still a six-figure loss for them. That's when they came to us. Little after picture of what we did. I can't share the animation that we created for the electronic components due to NDA restrictions. However, I can tell you that a custom demo was created using SOLIDWORKS data this customer provided, and we created an animation to show how we might more effectively communicate the assembly process. And using that video, the error in the assembly process disappeared. I think you'll agree with me that the after assembly instructions shown here are much clearer, and that you or I would be more comfortable assembling this model unsupervised. Just come in and grab your seat and start working for the day, as opposed to using the before instructions. Okay, so what's the process that SOLIDWORKS Composer gives you that makes it so much more efficient? The traditional process of engineering and documentation includes starting off with your engineering and design, and then taking things step by step. After you do all the engineering and the design work, you then step into a CAD screenshot. You start taking screenshots from your CAD, or maybe you even wait until everything is completely done, and then you start taking pictures of the product, or maybe even the pictures of the prototype. Then you move on to the revisions. What happens if there's revisions? Then you get screwed and have to go back and recapture screenshots and things like that and hope that things don't change so much. Creating technical graphics can really be cumbersome in this scenario. So now, after we've done all that, we've got to include text, give it a page layout. What happens if we get revisions again? Yeah, then we're right back to the beginning. So now we got to redo all of this work that we've done. And how many times are we going to do that? How accurate is your documentation going to be? So let's take a look at the process with SOLIDWORKS Composer. The process is going to start with engineering and design, and it's going to continue on concurrently by taking that CAD data that you've generated and bringing it into 3D via Composer to start creating your documentation images. The nice thing about Composer is that as your design changes, the Composer files will update along with those design changes, which allows you a much quicker turnaround time to get your information out to your customer. Some of the benefits are that we can leverage the 3D data, allowing you to start early in the design cycle. Working in a 3D environment allows you to create the content more quickly. With Composer, we get to eliminate revisions, and we get to decrease the time to market, thereby increasing revenue.